as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Locke going to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On first down, Locke. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
and it is cold,
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A give to Henry. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Open man is Duvernay. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Jackson, rolling to his left. First down and more for Jackson. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually out in the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return is Spencer. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Locke now on first down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Locke again. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. Locke will try to sneak. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Locke's going to sneak it, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
At his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, well, really, it's ridiculous, impossible, whatever you want to call it, 22.6 miles per hour. Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports Halftime Report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Lock now on first down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First down Broncos as Locke finds Judy. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Williams. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. Oh, some strong running. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 62 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now to the air, Locke. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship. Third and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before the second half. Which one will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy? To find out, let's go back out to Brandon in charge.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Jackson to throw. It'll buy some time right. First down and more for Jackson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Henry with a run on first down, but he's not going anywhere as they'll get to him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson steps away to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Here's Locke.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing pass.
Touchdown! That's caught at the 2. Cortland Sutton, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Henry out of the pistol. And some strong running. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson now. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. And you think you want to be an NFL quarterback?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Locke to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a 1st.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Locke will try the sneak. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Locke's going to sneak it, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Drew Locke with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? Well, Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in a season as the top running backs in the league.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. Now Dobbins again on second down.
And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. On first down, it's Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
On the return is Spencer. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.